take you to this live story now. Remember, earlier we had the delegation of the Transport Department meeting with the taxi industry in eThekwini. Let's take a listen to the press briefing.
As J. Lunga will be combining and leading that delegation, eThekwini will be led by the city mayor, city manager, Mr. Mbele, which is going to ensure that we iron out almost all these issues that we have agreed upon. One of the issues that also was a matter at hand is the issue of e-hailing. And we're glad to announce that I spoke to the Minister Barbara Creasy today, who then assured me that within 21 days, she would have gazetted the issue of regulations. As you know, it has caused instability within the operations. So it's something that we must also consolidate. So it's something that we are now going to check and make sure that we agreed so that there are no matters that are outstanding. There are issues that within the board of Department of Transport, there is a missing link, as we do have one member in ensuring that when they do representation, we fast track the process. We've presented that to the Premier's office. We are going to fast track the process, and within a short space of time, things will get to normals. There is an issue of economical survey that deals with the data analysis. As you know, that the taxi industry as well, they do have to do profit at the end of the day. So the issue of when you develop and doing the standard of the operations, Metro is obligated to ensure that they do check the numbers and all those things. The task team is going to check those issues. We also delve deeper in ensuring that from now onwards, they are going to meet day to day if there is a need, up until the solution is found. But we are going to yield at the end of the day what we'll be calling Indaba, that is going to be led by the Department of Transport, where we assemble all these stakeholders, the Tax Association, e-hailing association, so that definitively we'll be ensuring that we understand and consolidating a strategy of working together and consolidating a process of compromising whenever there is a need for compromise, complement each other, because our interest is to safeguard those who are passengers who are relying on majority 70% utilize the taxi industry as the belt on a day-to-day basis. So that was the gist of our meeting. We've then agreed that the issue of the strike is going to be called off because we have just assembled in this table. We are working as the team and the solution has been found. That's what we can just going to outline briefly. So thanks so much, Sir Donald. I'm just going to afford the chair, Mr. Matula Mkiza, a chance if he wants to outline some of these issues.
Thank you, MEC and your delegation. Ngisayibuzwa ukuthi sizosivuleka MEC eseshaye kanje. But in a nutshell, on behalf of EMTC, Santaco, our passengers, our community, the people that have bear the brunt of this strike, we want to categorically apologize for the inconveniences that have taken place in the past day. Unfortunately, from a 14-day challenge, we took a posture that it is time to share the pain. And we want to thank you, MEC, with your delegation, and thank the delegation that was with us yesterday from eThekwini municipality until 2:30 at City Hall. On my right, I also want to thank the wisdom of my colleagues, the chairpersons of the 5 regions, who stood tall and said we need to fix this as soon as we can. I also want to say we have accepted the formula of having a task team which will unpack on a daily basis and work on teething matters that affect our transport sector. We also have a buy-in as we wait for the minister to have a taxi stroke e-hailing in Durban or in Bizo, where we can try and find interim solutions as there is a day-to-day operation that must take place as people have got used to requesting or using smaller transport modes than taxis. We want to say we are in this forum today to also clarify our position around other modes of transport. We respect them, we support them, even pedestrians or normal road users. We are turning a tide to try and deal with the road rage, the robots, and the faults that our own drivers do on the road. We understand that and we respect your patience. But in my closing remarks, I want to say we have made a pact as these 5 chairs, the executive of EMTC and our MANCO, that MEC at no time will we be friends of government. And I want to explain that deeply because we believe we must have high working ethics around our main objective, which is delivering a service to society and delivering a safe and very dignified public service to the public at large. We cannot do this without you, MEC. We cannot do this without the government at our municipality level, and we call for respect. We call for an audience. We call for an ear, and we want you as this government to help this industry, which has been badly named, badly identified, badly segregated, to be transformed like all other businesses. We need government to lend their hand so we can tell our own colleagues, drivers and taxi owners, to also comply and cooperate. I also want to add the sentiments that the strike is off and what is on is the work of this task team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Igunes. I'm sure Sotoma would afford them just a bite. The duty of government, we are obligated as the caring state to create an enabling environment. And we are glad on the collegiality that has been extended by the leadership representing the association, and is good afford.
And that is the outcome of that meeting there between the transport officials as well as the taxi industry in the Durban area, and speaking about how they've now reached an agreement that the strike that we've seen in the past few days has now ended, apologizing there from the taxi industry to the commuters to apologize for the inconveniences that would have been caused by the strike. But also when you listen to the MEC, critical to note, within 21 days, the minister has committed, he says, to in fact making sure that the regulations that are looking at the e-hailing industry are gazetted. 21 days, there will be an indaba with all the stakeholders. This will be the e-hailing services as well. There's going to be the taxi industry. There's now a task team that's going to also be dealing with the daily teething problems here. And it's also interesting to hear from the taxi industry there saying that they do accept all other forms of transport, the modes of transportation, respect that people now are opting for smaller cars, you know, whether it is from whatever e-hailing service provider. They do understand that people are opting for that as opposed to the traditional minibus taxis. But it's interesting to hear what all of this is taking place, and one wonders, will it trickle through right through to the people on the ground? Will they listen? Are we not going to be seeing some of these instances of tension between the two in the meantime as they then wait for this particular indaba? But I suppose that's the work of the task team that has now been appointed. So Simpiwe Makanya watching that for us, and we'll bring you more on it throughout the course of the evening.